by the Clementon cops on the way over here, and the guy hit me with the first dart. I'm going, shit. Like I had Tourette's all of a sudden. I'm trying to talk to him, and he hits me again because I'm cursing at him. So I soiled myself a little bit. I'm always happy to be here. I love this club, and I just wanted to put a shout out to the two guys that make it happen. Dan Dean, are you back there, Dan? Yeah. Thank you for putting all this together. Dan Dean and his sweater. And Mr. Joe Carney. A lot of selfless work they do. You know what? I'm feeling pretty good tonight. My daughter came down from Brooklyn, New York to be here with me. She's never seen me do this. And I haven't seen her in 26 years. About 3 years old, she hopped out of her crib, packed her little Pampers bag, loaded up, came down to the kitchen table where I was sitting there with my coffee and some Jack Daniels, and she made a general announcement that my parenting skills sucked and that she was leaving. And she sashayed on up to Brooklyn, New York. And she was raised by a wolf pack. She graduated at NYU as an English literature major with a minor in howling. So when I heard she was coming, I got pretty excited. So kind of like Pony Express, wolves through people, they brought me a picture of her, and I looked at it and I said, oh my God, she looks just like me. I was pretty excited. And so she didn't know what I looked like. I haven't seen her in a while, so when she got out of the car, I ran up, I said, Elizabeth, my girl, you're my girl, look at you look just like me. And what happened next, I'm not quite sure what to make out of it. And she looked at me and she said, I know. And I explained to her the whole thing. I went into some kind of stuff about Darwinian theories and, you know, like sperms in the testicle chamber going, okay, boys, we're going. They're putting on sealed paper. Go, stand down. It's just rubbing one off. No, go. And I told her how, you know, my genes are strong, and that's why she looked like me. She trembled, and that's a good thing. And she just went, no, it's not for me. But unlike my daughter, I was not raised in a wolf pack. I was raised in a home. I have 2 brothers, 3 sisters, mother and father. My father fought in World War II. He was a Marine. He fought in the invasion of Saipan and Tinian. And my brother and I didn't act out a lot, because always in our mind, we're like, fucking killed people, this guy. And I remember telling my brother, because we roomed together, we had trundle beds, not bunk beds, but trundle beds. We used to do all things that boys did. And I remember one night, I had a little revelation, and I rolled down my cover, and I said to my brother up in the upper trundle bed, I said, hey, Johnny. And my older brother's like, what? I'm like, Dad killed people. He's like, so? I'm like, so? How's like a bayonet up your ass, so? So we did all the things that boys do. We played a lot of games, is what I'm saying. We played football, baseball, softball, shitball, rub the ball and shit, throw it at somebody's balls. We did a lot of things. We entertained ourselves. But we never really got too bad, because in our mind, we'd see my dad and he'd kind of slip back to Saipan like, he's going to kill us, we're going to die. So we'd stop. We were pretty good kids. I met a kid the other day. I said, oh, hey, Kyle. What are you doing? He said, we played shadow tag in school. I said, then that's like the wussification of America. You know what? Get away. Because here's the kind of... Here's what we did. Little Kyle's sitting in his van, and he's got headphones on, he's got an iPad, an iPod, a computer, and the back of his mother's head opened up. He's watching a television show, SpongeBob. I'm going, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Here's the kind of entertainment I had growing up. There were 6 of us. One was old, so she laughed. She's like, I'm going. My father in the front seat, my mother in the front seat, the 5 of us in the back seat. Now here's a picture for you. My mom had the rosary and a strap. You might have known it as a switch. And here was the entertainment. First person to talk got whacked. So the whole thing we tried to do was get the other person in trouble. My dad would be turning around and go, don't make me stop this car. Don't make me stop this car. And my mother's going, Hail Mary. It was tough. It was tough. It was hard growing up. But my brother and I, my mom had a voice that used to cut around corners. She was a force unto herself, but she had a voice that just wherever you were, you know, it got to you. Sometimes it came with a slap if you're doing something like, stop that. So we would sneak in the house late at night, and we'd think my mom's just about pooped. I mean, she had 6 kids, you know what I mean? It was like Stargate, boy, girl, boy. Finally, the last one, they're like, you know what, Paulette, that's enough. Close the gates, okay, you're done. She told me, they were good Catholic parents. They said they called it the rhythm method. I said, Mom, your dad couldn't hold a tune, I'm telling you. So we would play. I know, sneaking in the house late at night, and we'd try and go in the fridge, and your mom's voice would just come out and just like, get out of the fridge. She knew, so she didn't have to see it. So my brother and I were playing, and Channel 48 Wrestling was big at the time, UHF television. And I remember doing like a flying leap, slam kill on my brother. I was in midair, and here's what happened. Here's what wafted up through the steps. We heard my voice, because we had a big family. We didn't go out to eat dinner a lot. We couldn't. We ate at home. Imagine that, right? There was no microwave. And I'm in midair, and I hear my mom's voice, boys, get dressed, we're going to McDonald's. And I stopped in midair, and all of a sudden we're like, McDonald's! Mom said McDonald's, 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 we're going to McDonald's! And we would get dressed, and we would get in the car, and we were so excited, because you know you're going to get fries, you're going to get a burger, and it was like a toss-up between the soda and shake. We're like, you're getting the shake, I don't know, last time you know what happened to our heads, we couldn't talk, that was good. So we're in the car, I'm excited, I'm little, I'm excited. And you didn't really talk, you had to raise your hand in my family, there were so many people. And we're going to McDonald's, and my dad, I'm like, don't make him give you the look, we won't make it, he'll kill you. He killed Japanese people, you know he did. So I didn't know what to do, I'm excited, I raise my hand, I'm like, what? She's like, I gotta poop, Mom. I gotta poop. And my dad's like, hold that thing, man, you better hold that back. When I was in the foxhole, we had to hold our shit in for 5 days. I saved my helmet. So I squeezed it back. We went to McDonald's. I'm still working at the BP as a petroleum transfer engineer. It's a gas pumper. People say the most amazing shit. They come in like, why are you so expensive? I always tell them it's really good gas. They crack their window, you know, it's been about 10 degrees, it's really cold. No shit, like, why do you want to state the obvious? I'm like, no, it's not. I'm naked under here. But here's one thing that scares me. I mess around with a lot of people, I have fun, it's a job, right? It's not a kind of job I can really get fired from. I can get away with a lot of things, it's not a big corporate culture. I'm pumping gas. I'm pretty good on all kinds of cab styles of cars. But the Asian people, very scary to me, I'll tell you why. Because you don't know, and they're this big, and you don't know if the guy knows like 5th degree Kung Fu Karate Taekwondo or something. He's just going to like wind up, put a flying grasshopper, get right through your face, put your eyes through your head. You don't know. You don't know. They're very nice. So this is what they do to me. I go up, and the Chinese people say, how you going to go fill with super? Whoa, okay. Not big on chit-chat these ages, not very big. So I'll start the pump, I start pumping, and I say, so how you doing? You just put the gas in my car! Now here's the shit that fucks me up. Because they can do all this stuff, but this is the thing right here, okay? Because it's like 3 seconds into, all right? It's like 1, 2, 3, and then they do this whole thing, and they go, whoa. And in that, 1, 2, 3, oh! And you know that they have just sucked in like all the kinetic energy from every one of their relatives. And it's in the palm of their hand, and they can just knock your head off. So I don't mess around with them. I don't mess around with them. Scary, I'm telling you, the hazards of pumping gas, it's very scary. Look, as far as my daughter goes, worst things could happen, right? I mean, she could have been an alcoholic, you know what I'm saying? Not too long ago, about a year ago, I ended up in a homeless shelter. That means without home. It's one of the qualifications. We were kind of down on our luck. Not a lot of people with a lot of self-esteem. Kind of mulling about. The biggest thrill of our day, we would wait for the lady with the rollies. There was a church lady. This was done through churches, and she would bring us rollies. And if you don't know rollies or cigarettes, you can roll yourself. So we lived for the rollies. As much as we talked about it, when she came, we lined up like cigar store Indians for the rollies. Now I came in a little bit late, and these guys had been to a really nice church with really nice people who had a lot of money. And they bought these homeless guys that I was now part of really nice jackets and clothes and boots. So I befriended a friend of mine there. His name's Herbie. And I just need to make a confession because I don't know if this happened. But we're in the right place, and I need to get this out. I just need to get honest. I think I killed him. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm just saying I might have. But we were outside with our rollies one day, because this is what we live for, and we're rolling and we're smoking. He's sitting on the railing, and I'm looking at him, and I don't like him right off, because he's got a nice jacket and coat, and he's been there, and he seems happy, so I bump him. And he falls over the railing, and what happened next was a horrible sound. It was this crack. And I'm not a surgeon, but I think I know when somebody's spine breaks. And in case I wasn't sure, there was a big wet spot that just came, and he was sticking. This was in the wintertime. And his hand was like this. And he's going, Joe, I think I'm really hurt. So I did what anybody would do. I gave him a couple rollies. I stuck them in his hand. I said, here, buddy, just hold on. We're going to be all right. He said, Joe, I think you got to call the ambulance. I'm like, no, just smoke, baby, smoke. It's all right. And I'm looking at him, and his legs are twisted in a way that just was ungodly. And I saw him start to sweat, and I thought, okay, broken back, his temperature's going up. I'm like, Herbie, I got to remove your jacket. And he's going, I need my jacket. I'm like, you're not going to need it, buddy. I'm telling you, I'm trying to save your life. So I put a little snow up by his head and put another roll in. He's like, dude, get the doctor. I'm like, it's okay, buddy. I'm a doctor. I'm a fucking doctor. And I pulled the coat. It was a warm jacket. I pulled it, and he's kicking, and I got it on. He goes, yeah, it's so. I'm like, you can't feel anything. You don't even know if it's cold. And as I'm saying that, I'm looking at him. He's got brand new Timberlands on. I'm like, what the shit? He's not going to be walking. I think he's reading my mind with the 2 cigarettes, one in his nose. He said, don't take my boots. I'm going, you're like that little dude on the tar cart. Oh, you can't say tar cart anymore. I mean the Challenger. You know the little school bus? So I take his boots off, and now the director pulls up in her car. She comes up, and we're not supposed to be drinking or anything. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I might have killed him. I don't know what happened. So quick thinker that I am, I ran into the house. I grabbed some of the cooking sherry. And he's laying there, and I poured a little around his head. I gave him a little shot. I said, buddy, you're going to be all right. I patted his head. I took his boots off. I poured the rest on, and the director came up, and she had the voice, Joe, Herbie? I'm like, huh? He's drunk again. And I took him to the curb, and that's the last I ever saw of him. I love being at this place. You guys are such a great audience. Thank you so much, and good night.
I'm going to introduce another comic in a couple minutes, and after him there's going to be a smoke break, because I know you're all itching for cigarettes, right? A lot of smoke.